It is the SMT Media Network. I want to start this video off by saying welcome to all of our new subscribers, viewers, commenters. Appreciate you guys. Big salute to you all. Thanks for being here to consume my content. And if you could, please like and share this video. And welcome along if it's your first time watching. Go ahead and hit that subscribe. Now let's talk about the NFL. As the season is complete, we have ourselves a champion, the Philadelphia Eagles. Now the storylines here were massive, right? Really was about the Kansas City Chiefs. It was about Patrick Mahomes kind of going into football royalty, being able to three-peat. And, the AFC Championship game, the Super Bowl, has really become the Mahomes Invitational. But that's not what was going to happen on this night. This night was absolutely a whooping. The Eagles were unrelenting on defense. They were hounding, harassing, chasing, punishing. I mean, it was just belt to ass from the Eagles to the Kansas City Chiefs. It was like they stole something from them. All right, I'm looking at the score. I see a final score of 40-22, but it really was not even that close. We're talking about a team in the Chiefs that couldn't score in the first half, couldn't really move the ball. I think they had one first down in the entire first half. They ended up getting a touchdown in the third quarter, and then they scored on a couple of longer plays in the fourth quarter to just make it less embarrassing. But this game was never in doubt. Jalen Hurts, now a Super Bowl champion. A lot of people who had their doubts about Jalen Hurts being able to make the big throws and make the big plays in the big moments. He was everywhere. He threw a 17 for 22 for 220 yards with 2 TDs and a pick. The pick was kind of egregious. He really should not have thrown it, but, whatever. Other than that, I think he played a really, really good game. 11 carries for 72 yards and a TD. On top of that, he threw TDs to Devontae Smith, I think A.J. Brown, that were really nice. I look at Patrick Mahomes, and it was just like the opposite. This dude didn't have time. He was, tons of pressure. Shout out to the defensive game plan and the coordinator over at Philadelphia for calling that game, because he had Patrick Mahomes on his back foot all night long. Mahomes, 250 yards passing, 3 TDs, 2 picks. I think he had some fumbles as well. He did, Xavier Worthy probably won people some money. 8 receptions, 157 yards, and 2 tuds. But, I mean, there just was no offense for these guys for a large, extended duration of time. They couldn't run the ball. Kareem Hunt had, 9 yards rushing on 3 carries. Samaje Perine got 1 carry. Isaiah Pacheco, 3 carries for 7. It just wasn't there. Travis Kelce, 4 receptions for 39 yards, basically meaningless, right? D-Hop ended up getting a touchdown late in the game. It just, you could totally tell from very early, it was 24-0 at halftime, right? You knew what it was going to be, and it was going to be very, very challenging to overcome that deficit against a defense that was just swarming the quarterback. And they were doing it with upfront pressure. It was mostly, the linemen kind of getting in. It was just the core 4 up front, mostly getting to Mahomes and making his life challenging. And we know Mahomes is very capable of making teams pay. But shout out to the secondary for, locking things up real tight, early in the snap. And then the Eagles getting pressure to Mahomes and making his life miserable. And, shout out to Saquon Barkley, to cap off an incredible season in which he left, the New York Giants to a division rival in the Philadelphia Eagles and was a difference maker for this team for the duration of the season, right? So between the play of Jalen Hurts, Saquon being such a big part of that offense throughout the entire year, and Jalen Hurts, he made the plays when they needed them. The plays to Devontae Smith and A.J. Brown were huge, and they were game changing. But the defense, it was the defense. As much as I like Jalen Hurts, and he deserves to be celebrated. The highlight of the night was the fact that they were whooping Patrick Mahomes' ass. Right now, that's just the game, right? my take on all this, this is good for the league. We like to see different teams winning. We like parity in the NFL. But, the Chiefs have what they need to continue to get back to the Super Bowl. As long as Mahomes is their quarterback, this guy's going to be there. He's going to be in that conversation for the AFC Championship game. He's a lock. Getting to the Super Bowl, he's a lock. But it's good to see the mix. But the Eagles just recently won a Super Bowl. It's not like they've been starved for a championship. I'm sure all the rioting will continue. The celebration in Philly will continue. So fly, Eagles, fly. Go, Birds, go. Whatever they say, man. Congratulations and happy for the dedicated and passionate fans of Philadelphia. You are the champions.